Hello my dear students, përshëndetje të dashur nxënës. Here we meet again, ja tek ril takohemi sërish. We're going to continue with the rest of module 4. Ne do të vazhdojmë me tematikat e modulit të 4. Today's topic is about family and friends. Tema e sotme ka të bëjë me familjen dhe me miqt, and with a reading comprehension of Unit 4A dhe me pjesën e leximit të kapitullit të 4. So, as you can probably see even in your student's book, you have the passage about family and friends, siç edhe mund ta shikoni në librin tuaj të studentit në kapitullin e 4A, tematika e parë ka të bëjë me familjen dhe miqt, and we are going to speak about the Flintstones. Dhe ne do të flasim për familjen Flintstone. Besoj jeni të njohur me to. So the Flintstones are popular cartoon characters. They live in Bedrock, a Stone Age town. They wear animal skins and they haven't got machines to do the housework. They've got animals actually, and why don't you meet and let's meet the Flintstones and their friends. So the Flintstones, we're going to talk about the family members of this family. Fred Flintstone is tall and he's got dark hair. He is noisy and funny and he likes eating. He has got a stone car and Fred likes bowling and golf. So these are two of his favorite sports. He can also play billiards. So the other member of this family is Wilma Flintstone, and she's got red hair and she's very modern as a woman. She's very serious actually, and she gets angry with Fred easily because he's a bit lazy and she likes very much housework. So she cleans the house with an elephant vacuum cleaner, and besides her we have even her mother, Pearl Slaghoople, and she doesn't like Fred at all actually. Pebble Flintstone is their daughter. She has got red hair and she's very cute. Her hobby is baseball. She's very clever. She's got a pet dinosaur, Dino, who barks like a dog. We have even the Rubbles. Who are they? And which are the family members of this family? So Barney Rubble, he is Fred's best friend. He is short and he's got fair hair. He's quiet and a bit silly, actually. He can play the piano and the drums. And we have Betty Rubble. She is Wilma's best friend. She's very polite, actually, and calm, and she likes helping people. Besides this, we have a very nice character, and he is Bam Bam. He is the Rubble's son. He has a very funny name, and he's got fair hair, and he always carries a big club. He helps around the house. He is very, very strong, and his best friend is Pebbles. So Wilma's daughter. And they can play games with Hoopy, his pet kangaroo. Okay, so we have some questions and we have to answer to all these questions. So how many members are there in the Flintstone family? What are Fred's favorite sports? What is Wilma like? And what is Pebble's hobby? Whose pet is Dino? What can Barney do? Who is Wilma's best friend? And who is Bam Bam? The possible answers of these questions might be: so how many members are there in the Flintstone family? We have 3 family members of the Flintstone family. What are Fred's favorite sports? It is bowling and golf. What is Wilma like? She's very serious and modern actually. What is Pebble's hobby? His hobby is playing baseball. He likes that kind of game too much. And whose pet is Dino? It is Pebbles. What can Barney do? He can play the piano and the drums as well. Who is Wilma's best friend? It is Betty Rubble. And who is Bam Bam? He is Barney and Betty's Rubble's son. Okay, we have to mention something about the adjectives, and now we are in the grammar part. We are going to speak and to mention some rules about character adjectives. As we know, adjectives go before nouns, but always after the verb to be. For example, Jane is a polite girl. So is the verb, and polite is put after the verb, but in front of or before the noun girl. Që do të thotë, përgjithsisht mbiemrat në gjuhën angleze vendosen gjithmonë përpara emrit, por pas foljes jam. Dhe shembulli që unë sapo përmenda është një i tillë. And besides this, we use even very. Why is very used into these circumstances? So we use very to give emphasis to the adjectives. Ne përdorim ndaj foljen very për t'i dhënë një theks më shumë atij mbiemri për cilin ne po flasim. Like for example, she's very polite. Për ta lartësuar si mbiemër në fakt, duke thënë që ajo është shumë e sjellshme. Okay, we have to pass into another exercise, and we have to complete the sentences into this exercise, and the adjectives that we have to put into these sentences are rude, weak, clever, quiet, ugly, and hardworking. So we have the spaces into each sentence of this exercise, and in these spaces you have to fill in the proper adjective. So Fred isn't, and we have space, he's very noisy. Wilma isn't lazy, and we're going to find out how she is. Pebbles isn't, and we have space, so we have the opposite of that, she's beautiful. Barney isn't, space again, and we have to mention the fact that he's a bit silly. These facts help you actually to find the proper adjective in each sentence. We have Bam Bam, he isn't, and we have space, he's very strong, and Betty isn't, again space, and she's very polite. Pra në hapësirat boshe, ju duhet të vendosni mbiemrin e saktë duke pas parasysh fjalitë që vijojnë pas asaj fjalie që ka vendim bosh. And the possible answers might be, dhe përgjigjet e mundshme mund të jenë, so Fred isn't quiet. I have put the correct answers in red so you can probably understand them better. He's very noisy. So Wilma isn't lazy, she is hardworking. Pebbles isn't ugly, she is beautiful. Barney isn't clever, he's a bit silly. Bam Bam isn't weak, he's very strong. And Betty isn't rude, she is polite. Okay, so we have different words put differently in different positions, so into this sentence, and we have to write them in the correct order. For example, like we have very is Jane and funny, and we're going to find out the correct sentence. Actually, you can have a look for 1 or 2 minutes. So in the second point, we have boy, he very is quiet. We have in the third sentence, they, noisy, and are. Actually, these are very simple sentences. We have student is Matt, clever. And the last one has words like are, Stephen, Mary, serious, and very. And the possible answers, I hope you found out those sentences just by reading and seeing them on the screen. And the possible answers are Jane is very funny, he's a very quiet boy, they're noisy, Matt is a clever student, Steve and Mary are very serious. Okay, so we are in the last moments of this lesson, and as an assignment, I invite you to describe the characters of your family members. I hope that you'll probably will do a very nice job concerning this, and I'd like to thank you very much for your attention.